Hi everybody and welcome to David's Garage. I really do appreciate everyone who has been watching, everyone who's subscribed. If you guys have any boot recommendations or if you guys picked up any new boots, let me know what you guys picked up down in the comments below. So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing on some boots that I just got from Truman Boot Company. These are the Upland boots that I just ordered and I just received them in middle of March 2025. So it took about just over 3 months to get these boots. So these are an MTO boot in Java Wax Flesh. I chose the Upland option and I also chose the Commando lug sole and I chose the 20 last. Looks like these ones only came with one set of laces, these cotton wax laces. I think they may have forgotten to give me leather laces because usually Truman always gives a pair of leather laces and cotton laces, but it's all right. I have some extra leather laces from NYX, so I'll just use those, but yeah, just got one set of laces for mine. Here they are. These are an MTO boot that I got from Truman in Java Wax Flesh. I chose the Upland model, and looks like I also chose the 20 last with a toe cap, and I selected the storm welt option. Truman Boot Company, they are located in Eugene, Oregon, and they have some really nice leathers. Their boots, they're known for being just Goodyear welted. They have a lot of really cool leather options, though I believe they're going to be changing up their boot offerings coming up 2025 because there's just, the owner Vince has been just talking a lot about getting out of the heritage boot sector and I think changing over to just different style of boots. So who knows what they're going to do, but I like Truman Boot Company. I think they have some really nice leathers. I really like the 20 last. It fits my foot really nicely and it's really roomy in the toe box but still hugs my waist, and you know, it has a nice firm grip on the heel too, so I like that on the 20 last. So this is Java Wax Flesh. Now Java Wax Flesh, it is a rough out Chrome XL. You can see on the inside, this is the smooth out on the inside right here. This is just Chrome XL. Horween from Chicago, they make this leather, and so what they do is they take their Chrome XL, they take the rough side and they pack it full of waxes and oils, and they give you this thick layer of wax that almost makes it look smooth, but this is actually the rough side. And so as you wear the boots more and more, you know, you'll slowly wear away this wax layer and it will reveal the nap from the rough side of the leather. And I really love this leather just because it's super simple and easy to take care of. You don't really need to do anything. It's extremely water resistant and abrasion resistant. This wax layer is super tough. It's not easy to wear away this wax layer, so I really do like this leather a lot. This, I guess, is a Truman exclusive color. They call this Java, but it looks really similar to dark brown, but it's slightly more on the lighter side, I think, than dark brown waxed flesh. So that's why I think Truman calls it Java. But I really like it just because I just love waxed flesh. Having the smooth out on the inside, it just makes it so much more comfortable to wear it. I love the feeling of the smooth out on the inside. Chrome XLs are really comfy leather, and then having this waxed flesh, it's just, you can just really beat it up, and it's such an easy leather to take care of, and it has some really nice qualities to it. But as you wear away this wax layer and you beat them up, you know, it just definitely adds more character to the look of the leather. So I love that. You can see I chose the Commando lug sole from Truman. I like the Commando lug sole just because it's not as chunky looking as their large lug sole that says Truman on the bottom of it. And I'm going to be wearing these for work and for casual use, especially in the winter time, just because I really like this wax flesh for its water resistant properties. It is a 270 degree Goodyear welt, and I got the storm welt option. I'm really not a fan of storm welts just because, you know, storm welt or split reverse welt, you can see this is a storm welt because it has a bump carved into the welt, whereas a split reverse welt, they actually split the leather and they fold out a flap. I'm actually not a huge fan of storm welts and split reverse welts just because I think I'd rather have a flat welt just because it gives it a simpler look to it. It's easier to clean. Moving forward, I'm gonna try and steer away from storm welts and split reverse welts just because I don't want that extra flap of leather. I don't want this extra lip here. I just like just a simple flat welt. I think it gives the boot a really clean look, and it's easier to clean and maintain. If there's dirt in there, I can, just brush it off. Whereas if something gets stuck between the storm welt and the upper right there, it can be a little hard to see and probably a little bit harder to get out. But not a big deal, just my point of view. And let's see, you can see that, Truman, they offer a midsole, the leather heel stack on their Upland model. Okay, so they have 5 eyelets and then 4 speed hooks and then another eyelet here at the top. But yeah, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 4 and then 1. And you can see that this is actually not gusseted up too high. This is only gusseted up to just the 3rd or 4th eyelet. Look, just between the 3rd and 4th eyelet. So it's actually really low for a gusseted tongue. I really wish Truman would gusset this a lot higher just because it would definitely help keeping water and debris out of the boot. So I wish they would change that, but not a big deal. And you can see that they use a different leather for the tongue. I think this is just a soft chrome tan leather just to make it more easy on the instep when you're lacing these up. So a lot of boot makers will use a different softer leather on the tongue just so that way it's not too hard of a break-in on your instep using a thicker, stiffer leather. But I don't really mind using the Java Wax Flesh because this leather is already pretty soft because it's just Chrome XL with wax on it. So I really wish they would have used the same leather on the tongue, but not a big deal. And then you can see on the inside, so Truman does a full sock liner. So that piece of leather is on top of the veg tan insole and it runs the length of the boot, and the boot is lined in the toe vamp. Okay, so it looks like the leather is just about 2.5 millimeters thick, which is actually a really good thickness. That is a good amount of leather on this boot. So, and this is one question that I've always wanted to know about the Upland model, is how tall is it, okay? So let's see how tall this boot is. From the very top to the very bottom, this boot is just about 8 3/4. So it's 8 3/4 from the very top to the very bottom. Now, if we measure from the top of the boot to the top of the midsole, so from the top of the boot to the top of the midsole, it is just over 7 1/4. Okay, so it's like maybe 7 inches and 1/4. So I would just say it's 7 1/4 inches from the very top of the boot to the top of the midsole. And let's measure from the inside of the boot. Okay, from the inside of the boot, yeah, it looks like it's 6 3/4. Yep. This boot is 6 3/4. When I measure from the inside of the boot, it is 6 3/4 tall. So that is one question I've always had about this Upland model, because I know Truman boots, they're shorter than a 6-inch boot. And so I was always wondering, how tall is their Upland? Because a lot of people call the Upland an 8-inch boot, but it's not. It's really a 6.5, maybe 7-inch boot. So, but that's actually, I think, a sweet spot. I think a 7-inch boot is like the perfect height for a boot, just because it's definitely not too tall, not too short. It's more on the, just gives the boot a more balanced look. I really like a 7-inch boot. I think that looks really nice. And so I'm gonna be beating these up for work, and I think this height is perfect. So that's one thing that I always wanted to find out, and I'm really happy with it. So it's just about almost a 7-inch boot when you measure from the inside, so it's not bad at all. So let's see, my impressions for the overall build quality. All right, so there's the toe caps. You can see the stitching on the toe caps, not too straight, but I really like Truman boots. I think that their overall quality is great. I think their price is great. I think that you really can't go wrong with Truman. These are really nice American-made boots with really awesome leather options. And so I'm happy with them. I wish, you know, they would use the same leather on the tongue. I wish it was higher gusseted. I wish it was gusseted up until the 5th eyelet. That would be much better in my opinion. And I would have changed this storm welt to a flat welt if I could have. I think about a month after I placed the order, I just had a, I don't know, epiphany, and I was like, I'm done with storm welts. I'm done with split reverse welts. I'm just, if I order a custom boot and I have the option to choose the type of welt or the, you know, the style of this Goodyear welt, I'm going to choose a flat welt every time, just because I think it gives the boot a cleaner look. I think it's easier to maintain. I don't know, there's just, in my opinion, there's really no benefit, except for if you like it aesthetically, then yeah, go for the split reverse welt or the storm welt, but I don't really care for it aesthetically. You can see there's the Goodyear welt. I think they leave a lot of meat on the bone for the welt, so that's really nice. I actually really like that. You can see the welt is super fat and thick, and the stitching looks great. The only thing I pointed out was the stitching on the toe caps, not super straight. So I ordered these in a size 10D. I believe Truman only does D option for their 20 last. I really like the 20 last. I haven't tried their 56 last, but I've been hearing a lot of good reviews on the 56 last. But I think the 56 last, it definitely has a sleeker, more dressy look to it, just because the toe box is a lot lower. But I haven't tried the 56 last. Maybe one day I will try the 56 last, but you know, I'm the kind of person where if I really am happy with something, I'm just gonna go with it every time. And I really like the 20 last. Again, these are a size 10D. I wear a 10D in Iron Rangers. I wear a 10D in Parkhurst. I wear a 10D in Grant Stones. I think the 20 last fits awesome. I think it's got a really nice toe box to it. Very roomy, but still hugs my foot nicely in the waist and the heel. So I know that these are gonna fit perfectly. Again, I'm a 10.5D on the Brannock, so this is my go-to Truman size. I get a 10D in the 79 last, and I get a size 10D in the 20 last. So, but I prefer the 20 last over the 79 last, even though I still do like the 79 last. It's more roomy in the waist. It doesn't hug my waist as nicely as the 20 last. So I think just overall, I like the fit and feel and the overall look of the 20 last better than the 79 last, but it's just my preference. Any concerns? You know, my only concern is that if I'm gonna be wearing these for work and in the winter time for water, like I said, I wish this was gusseted up until at least the 5th eyelet. So that's my only concern. I know that I'm gonna love this leather. I already know that this last and this size fits me perfectly, so no concerns on the sizing front, but I just really wish Truman would gusset these boots higher. I mean, I understand if it's like a 5-inch boot, which is what they do on their standard models, but if I'm gonna get an Upland model, like, I mean, give me more than 3 eyelets, please. But you know, is what it is. I'm still happy with him. I still like him. I know that Truman, I only got the cotton wax laces with these boots, so I think Truman forgot to put in the leather laces. Not a big deal. I have, like I said, I have extra laces from Nick's that I'll use. Just something to note. So if you guys have Java Wax Flesh, or if you guys have Truman's Upland model, let me know what your opinion is of it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this boot. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you on the next video.